Hey, TouchPoint friends, welcome to the July edition of the TouchPoint Minute. My name is Ross Miller. I serve here as president at TouchPoint, and I'm glad to have a couple minutes of your day, so thanks for making time for me. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to share an update on some of the transition that we announced last month related to Chris's departure and how we are moving forward in the future. We have actually created 2 new roles on our team, and one of them I'm excited to share with you today. It's the role of head of product. And so as we thought about the head of product position, the things that came to mind for us were somebody who loves the church, somebody who's passionate about seeing churches be successful, has a heart for the church, has deep industry knowledge and experience understanding how technology can be used for kingdom impact, works well with a team and all of that. And so as we started to explore it, we wrote our job descriptions out, and we thought high and low of people on our team and people externally. And I'm excited to announce our new head of product at TouchPoint today. So I'm going to invite Cody Binder to join me today. Cody, welcome. Cody's from Colorado Springs. He and his family live there, and you've been on our team now since late last year. So we cast this vision and we wrote it out, and you stepped up and along with others threw your hat into the ring, and I'm so glad that you did. You've accepted and have stepped into this role. So welcome. Give you a minute to introduce yourself. Yeah,
thanks, Ross. Cody Binder. I came from Houston, Texas, grew up there, went to Texas Tech University, and I'm married. My wife, Laura, we've been married for 12 years now. We have 3 awesome kids. Wyatt is 11, Everett is 10, Caitlin is 7. Interests, sports guy, American sports. So baseball, basketball, football, love watching them, love playing them, love teaching them to my kids and playing with them. And then, of course, living in Colorado, we love hiking and camping and skiing and doing all those really fun outdoor things. Along with my wife and I, we've co-led a college community group through our local church here in Colorado Springs. Woodman Valley Chapel is the name of the church. So we just wrapped up our 9th year of doing that. And I also serve as a deacon at Woodman, to oversee our fellow college community group leaders. So that's kind of that. Is in terms of background in the industry, I got started in 2012 as a support guide, answering tickets and helping churches and serving churches in that way. So I do have a few years under my belt in terms of experience with the church management space and church space in general. I did work in a church as my first job right out of college, and got that experience as well. And so I'm super honored and super humbled to be a part of this team to begin with, but also to serve the bride of Christ, the church, in this capacity going forward.
So Cody, so glad you're here. The background that you bring is really valuable. It's not often that we have folks that really understand technology, kingdom impact, actually served on staff at a church and are currently active in their church. So your perspective is, it's a great fit for this role and this position. So you've been at TouchPoint now since late last year. You've been serving on the consulting team under Andrew's leadership and the team there. And this role is something that's new for you. What brought you to TouchPoint? How did you get connected? Share a little bit about that, if you would.
Yeah, I served at a different church management software company for some years, and have maintained a lot of those friendships and relationships over the years. One of which is Eric Smith, who's currently on our sales team, and Eric and I have stayed in touch and got connected with some other members at TouchPoint, and really just built that relationship to begin with. There wasn't really a spot on the team at that point, but really just got to know Morgan and reconnected with Eric. And so they told me that there might be a spot on the bus opening up. And so we started exploring what that might look like. And really wasn't necessarily looking to make a move, but I think the Lord sort of opened a door to serve in a capacity that was more directly serving the local church and having a big heart for doing just that. I couldn't not move forward on that and learn more about that, and it's been kind of a whirlwind year for us and our family, but we're super incredibly blessed to be a part of this team.
So I met you in 2023, and when I first met you, the thing I remember most about first meeting you was when I connected with you, we were kind of exploring, how we serve partner churches and our heart for the church, and that team's been growing and continues to grow. And I remember your response was one of, I love technology, it's great. I love a lot of different things, it's great. But what I really want to do is serve the church. And that you made that extraordinarily clear. And, we talked about friction that can get in the way of that, and a desire to just remove that friction and build things that are great for the kingdom and partner with those that are advancing the gospel. So I remember those early day conversations really well. So you served on the consulting team for most of this past 9 months or so. We opened up this new vision for what this role could be as head of product. What caught your interest?
Yeah. I'm a firm believer that the local church is the hope of the world, because the local church is the hands and feet of Christ in a very practical, tangible way in our world. And our call, our mission as the local church is to do exactly that, right? So TouchPoint as a company, and I'm sure you'd agree, Ross, you and I have talked about this a few times now. If we have world-class consulting and training and support and marketing, we're the best in the world in all those areas, but our product doesn't help church leaders save time and make their life easier, and it doesn't help people find community and find fellowship, then it doesn't really matter from an internal perspective. So that's what catches my interest about product, is working with the entire team. And as you know, I don't have to tell you, we have an incredible team. And for you guys for watching this video, there's so many people that you don't see behind the scenes that have a huge heart for you and for your church. And they serve in this way and help you guys to do exactly that. And it's such an incredible honor to be a part of that team that is all rowing in that same direction. But that's really what was really exciting about the product position, is being able to work with that team to help us do all of those things, or try to partner with you guys, the churches, to make life better for you and to help people get connected in community, in fellowship, in the local church. It sounds like a great way to spend my work hours.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you got into the church management space back in 2012, I think, if my memory serves correct. And which is kind of that period in time when kind of the old softwares were starting to, mature. New softwares, including TouchPoint, were coming out and developing. And so the time period that you've been in our industry is a really important one as it relates to this role. So you spend the past decade plus with knowledge of church management software. Most of that time has been spent about over half that time has been spent in our industry. How has that shaped your approach to fast forward to today, really important times that are happening in technology for connecting people with their churches using technology? How has all of that shaped your approach to this role?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I've been lucky, blessed enough to have connected with lots of different churches and many church leaders, and heard and felt the headwinds that they're coming up against, and how technology can be this great blessing, but it can also be a point of friction or frustration in their day-to-day. So hearing and understanding the needs, desires of the local church and how technology fits into what God is doing in our cities, in our communities, and what point that plays within it. That's really inspiring to want to come alongside and help and do what I can, with the talents and opportunity that the Lord has entrusted to all of us, to do what we can to help advance the good news of Jesus Christ in very practical ways to the real people that make up the communities that our churches are located in. So right along with that, I've also been able to see over the years that technology can be that frustration, right? I mean, if it's not stable, if it's not reliable, if it's all those things, if it doesn't do the things that we need it to do, if we have to use 47 different tools in order to accomplish a certain task, that's not necessarily helping church leaders do their job more efficiently. It's actually adding complexity. So how can we really leverage the gift that God has given us of technology in the times that we live in order to do ministry with excellence, in order to have a level of visibility into things that are really, really difficult, especially the larger a church gets, the less visible, if everybody's leading a church of 50 people, it's really easy to know what's going on in that church. But the larger a church gets, the harder it is to really have a pulse on what's going on in those areas. And then I guess the last thing I would add, Ross, is being that I just joined the team in October of last year, I'm fresh off of learning TouchPoint and everything that goes along with it. So sitting in that seat of maybe somebody who's joining your staff at a local church and learning how to use all the various tools that are contained within the TouchPoint system, I think that gives me a really unique perspective into how can we make this easier to learn? What can we change or add or, those types of things and really make that process of not just learning TouchPoint, but using TouchPoint on a day in and day out basis, simple and easy so that you guys, the church, can stay focused on doing ministry rather than trying to figure out technology. So I'm excited to work with the team on what that might look like going forward.
So Cody, thanks for joining us. In one of our very first conversations, you made the comment pretty early on when we were exploring what would it look like if you were to step into this role and how do you approach it. And you made the comment, I want to build software for our existing partner churches. I don't want to build it for the deal that you might be chasing or the pie in the sky next thing. I want to build it for our current partner churches. And that really resonated with me. I know it'll resonate with our partner churches. I think it's the right approach. We're lucky to be able to serve our partner churches like we do, grateful to get to do what we do. We have a slide that I shared in maybe our very first TouchPoint Summit. And it's this fun slide that's a picture of a person with all these different, images on it. And it just says, we like technology because we love people.
Good.
And it's not about the technology. Your role is really important. It's not about the technology. Like you said, it's about connecting people with the church, advancing the kingdom, and helping people become fully devoted followers of Christ. So, Cody, thank you for accepting the challenge, for stepping to this role. Cody will be serving on our leadership team, so we're really excited for you to join that. We're really grateful for you. To all of our partner churches, thanks for making time for us. We're grateful to serve you. And scroll down below, we have webinars and roundtables. We hope to see you at Summit. And that's it for July. We'll see you next month. Make it a great month.